Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankees baseball. It is, excuse me, September 4th. This is game two of a doubleheader between the Washington Senators and New York Yankees. Let's see if the Yankees can bounce back after losing game one. Here's the starting lineup for the Washington Senators. Leading off, playing third base, Danny O'Connell. Batting second, playing left field, is Chuck Hinton. Batting third, playing shortstop, is Bob Johnson. Batting fourth, playing right field, is Gene Green. Batting fifth, playing center field, is Will Tasby. Batting sixth, playing first base, is Dale Long. Batting seventh, playing second base, is Chuck Halter. Batting eighth, doing the catching, is Pete Daly. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, is Pete Burnside. And let's take a look at the New York Yankees starting lineup here for game two. You'll see a missing piece that's normally in this lineup. Batting leadoff, playing second base, is Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstop's Tony Kubek. Batting third and playing center field, since the Mick's not in the lineup, Roger Maris. Batting fourth and doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting fifth, playing first base, is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth, playing right field, is Hector Lopez. Batting seventh and playing left field is Bob Serve. Batting eighth, playing third base, is Clint Boyer. And on the mound and doing the pitch and batting ninth for the New York Yankees is Bud Daly. Let's get down here to Yankee Stadium, folks. Get this game started. Like I said, you got Bud Daly on the mound for the Yankees. This is his 13th start. He's got a 4.06 ERA. He's 6-3 on the year. And he's going to be facing Danny O'Connell, who's batting .269, 2 home runs, and 29 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Danny boy. And he starts him off with a base on balls. Not what you want here. The Yankees try to bounce back in game number two. That brings up Mr. Hitton. And Chuck is batting .227 with 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. Can the Yankees turn two here and erase that walk? Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. Now it's a swing and a miss. Strike three. One down here. That's Daly's first strikeout of the game. That brings up Bob Johnson now. He's batting .260, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Danny will stop at second, and we got first and second and only one out, folks. The Senators are making noise here in the first inning. That brings up Green. He's batting .258, 14 home runs and 48 RBIs. He doesn't have a lot of speed, so there's a chance for a double play here, folks. And that ball is hit back to the mound, and he's going to spin the second, fire that ball to Kubek over the Skowron, and that's a 1-6-3 double play, folks. And the Yankees get out of that mess with nobody scoring. The Senators leave one on. We go to the bottom of the first. It's Washington nothing. Richardson, Kubek, and Maris due up here. Bobby's hitting .254 on the year, 3 home runs, 52 RBIs, and he'll be facing Pete Burnside. This is Pete's 11th start. He's got a 5.46 ERA. His record is 2-10. He does have one complete game. See if Bobby can get on base here against Pete. Start this game off. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Burnside's up with it. He fires over to first for out number one. I'll bring up Tony Kubek now. And that'll be a ground ball down the third. And O'Connell's got it. So 2 ground balls, 2 outs here in the first. Brings up Roger Maris. Kubek was hitting .276 with 6 home runs and 51 RBIs, folks. Rogers up now, batting .267, 59 home runs. He's one home run away for tying Babe Ruth's record, folks, with 119 RBIs. There's a packed stadium here, seeing if he can beat the Babe. And that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is gone, folks. You've seen it here. That is home run number 60. He has tied Babe Ruth and has given the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Yeah, and Mick's standing in the dugout to congratulate him. He said it was a fastball that wasn't fast enough. Home run number 60. How about that, folks? A major league record tying the mighty Babe. All righty, folks. Roger comes out and takes a curtain call. Howard's up now, batting 346, 12 home runs, 58 RBIs, 2 outs and nobody on here in the first. 1 run in. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a ground ball down the second, rather. And Chuck muffs that one up. That's going to be an E4. He doesn't throw it over to first to compound it. So now there's 1 on, 2 outs for the Scour and the Moose, hitting 270, 36 home runs, 125 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Moose. And that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is gone, folks. Home run number 37 for Scour. He turns on that and sends that down the left field line. And just like that, it's 3-0. And the error cost the Senators 2 runs, folks. And now you got Hector Lopez up, batting 216, no home runs, 10 RBIs on the season. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Hinton's got it, but the Yankees scored 2 on Maris's score 3. Maris hit a 60th home run, and Scour is 36, folks. We go to the top of the second. It's 3-0 Yanks. Casby, Long, and Coulter due up here for the Senators. Willie's batting 222, 12 home runs, 49 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Daley's second strikeout of the game. And here comes Dale Long, batting 240, 14 home runs, 45 RBIs. And that ball is ripped. He got a hold of that one, folks. He drives that ball in the right field. Lopez is out there today. He gets over, cuts it off. Long takes a nice turn, but he heads back to first. Hey, legends, just seen some history. Roger Maris did hit his 60th home run in the first inning. If you missed it, have to go back and check it out. So he's tied with the mighty Babe with 60 home runs with 20-some games left. We got Chuck Coulter up here now. Long down at first. Chuck's batting 224. 1 home run, 17 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Can the Yankees turn 2? Bobby tosses it over to Quebec, and he holds on to the ball. Not hard enough. So now we got 2 outs with Chuck down at first and Pete Daley up. Pete's batting 200, no home runs, 12 RBIs on the year. And old Daley gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. And Lopez and Maris is fumbling around with it, folks. And Daley, even with catcher speed, he's turning second, folks, headed for third. And he's going to be in there with an RBI triple, folks. And Daley, how about that? Cuts the lead to 3-1 here in the top of the second. Now you got Pete Burnside up with 2 outs and a runner down at third. And Burnside's hitting a $158 with no RBIs on the year. Here's the pitch to Pete, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Strike 3. But Pete Daly's RBI triple makes it 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the second. We got Serve, Boyer, and Daly, the bottom part of the lineup. Yeah, this is game number 138. Yeah. So they got 24 more games to go. So yeah, and Jim Gentile, he's got 50 something. He's got a chance to hit 60. Bob Serve now is up, batting .293 on the year, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. And that's going to be a slow roller down to Johnson at short. He fires over to the first, and that'll be out number 1 here in the second. And that brings up Mr. Boyer. Boyer's batting .225 on the year, 10 home runs, 48 RBIs. And that'll be a base on balls by Burnside. And that'll bring up Bud Daly. And Bud's batting .083. He's going to try to bunt Boyer down the second, folks. Here's the pitch to Bud. And that's going to be that's ball's bunted down the third. Not a good bunt. And O'Connell goes down the second with Johnson covering, and they get Boyer out at second, folks. So now you got Bud Daly. He is on first with Bobby Richardson. Bobby grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And that'll be a fly ball out to Tasby in center. And that'll end the inning. And the Yankees leave one on. We go to the top of the third. It's still 3-1 New York. We got the top of the order due up here. O'Connell, Hinton, and Johnson. Danny walked his first time up. And he gets a hold of this. Bud Daly doesn't like having that 3-run lead, it looks like, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. And O'Connell's got himself a leadoff double. So you got a runner in scoring position now with nobody out for Chuck Hinton. Chuck struck out his first time up. Bud will take that this time, that's for sure. But that's not going to happen. That's going to be a single in the left. And the throw from Bob Serve's coming home, folks. So a single in the left. O'Connell's going to try to score here. Here comes the throw from Bob Serve. And Howard applies the tag, folks, and he's out of there. So now you got a runner down at first with 1 out. Nice play by Bob to keep this up. 3-1 game. And now Hinton's down at first with Bob Johnson up. Chuck takes off on the first pitch. They might run themselves out of this inning, folks. Here's the throw from Howard down the second. And Hinton's going to make it in safely with a stolen base. So now you got 1 strike on Johnson and a runner in scoring position. Johnson, he singled his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So now there's 2 outs. Hey, Phillip. And Green up the bat. Gene Green, he grounded into a double play his first time up. Here's the pitch to Green. And that's going to be a ground ball. Now pop up down the short. Quebec's got it. And the Yankees get out of that with no runs thanks to the nice throw by Bob Serve out there in left field today. We go to the bottom of the third. We got Quebec, Maris, and Howard up here, folks. Tony grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate. Daly's got it for out number 1. And here comes the man. Tied with Babe Ruth now with 60 home runs. Can he get back-to-back home runs and take the lead all by himself, folks? Here's the pitch to Roger looking for number 61. And no, that's going to be a base on balls. Burnside's not giving up the record-breaking home run, not this at bat. So Roger's down at first, and that'll be the key. How many pitches will Roger see the rest of this game for sure? So you got Roger down at first. Howard's up. He reached on an error and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Elston. And that's going to be hit down the third. Can they go around the horn with it? And no, the only play for Danny down at third is over to first. Roger will get in scoring position now with 2 outs. And here comes the Moose. He homered in the first inning, a 2-run shot. Can he go back to back and get his 38th home run of the year, folks? And that's going to be a hit by pitch. The Yankees come out of the dugout, folks. When they're out there squawking, I don't know if anybody's going to get thrown out. But they're not happy. Moose gets hit. First and second now. 2 outs. After Roger and him went home runs, I think that was done on purpose. Let's see if Lopez can make him pay. It's 0 for 1 today. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a single in the left. That'll score Roger. And Scourin's going to make it down the second on the throw home to get Maris. So we got second and third. And 2 outs here with a run in. And that'll bring up Mr. Bob Serve now. And the score's 4-1. New York. Scourin down at third. Lopez down at second. Can Serve bust this game wide open, folks. Bob grounded out the shortest first time up. And that'll be a fly ball in the center field. Tasby's got it for the final out here. The Yankees score 1. Had a little ruckus out there with hit by pitch. We go to the top of the 4th. It's 4-1 New York. Excuse me for a minute. My daughter's texted me. Alrighty, we got Tasby, Long, and Coulter due up here. Tasby struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bud Daly in his walks here. That is his second walk of the game. Don't want to be walking these leadoff guys. Last inning, Bob Serve threw him out at home. You can't keep counting on that stuff. Here's Dale Long. They're looking to get a double play out of him. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. Back-to-back walks with a 3-run lead. That brings the tying run to the plate. Hey, Michael. Got to see some history here today so far. Roger hit his 60th home run in the first inning. If you want to go back and check it out. It brings up Chuck Coulter now. Runners on first and second and nobody out. Yankees with a 4-1 lead. Here's the pitch to Chuck. He reached on a fielder's choice and came around to score the only run for the Senators so far. And that's going to be a pass ball. And just like that, folks, it's second and third and nobody out in a 1-0 count. They go out and talk to Daly. Says everything's all right. They're telling him, man, you got a 3-run lead. Just throw the ball over and trust your defense. Here's the pitch to Chuck. And that's going to be at the infield end. I'm back, rather. That's going to be a line drive down the second. And they're going to double him off down there, folks. At second. Nice play by Bobby Richardson, folks. Doubles up long. And I didn't hold Tasby. Tasby didn't score. So how about that? Man, lucky break for Daley. Hits the ball right on the head, but right at Bobby Richardson. He goes over, tags out. The runner at second. Now we got the Daley and Daley show. Last time Pete won the battle and got a triple, folks. Hey, Hunter. Had Roger Maris hit his 60th home run, Hunter, if you want to go back and check it out. Oh, Jim Gentile that year. He's a monster legend. Like I say, sure. And truthfully, the team's not bad around him, but they're not awesome. I can't believe in 61 they didn't pitch around him more. It surprises me. Hold on, my daughter's texting me again. All righty, so now we got Pete Daley up. Like I say, he tripled off of Bud his last time up. Let's see what he does this time, folks. Can Bud get out of this with nobody scoring? And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And Bud Daley gets out of this mess. He had runners on second and third and nobody out. And thanks to that line drive double play, he gets out of it, and it's still 4-1 New York. You got Boyer, Daley, and Richardson due up here in the bottom of the fourth against Burnside. Clint, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Nice job by Boyer. He's standing down at first. We're going to give Bud another chance to bunt here. Last time he bunted it too hard down the third, and he was able to get Boyer out at second. So here comes the pitch to Bud. Can he lay down a nice bunt this time? And that's going to be a ball bunted back to the pitcher. And again, not a good bunt. He fires down the second, and they're going to get Bud Daley again. Clint Boyer again, and Bud Daley's going to end up at first, folks. So twice he hasn't been able to get the bunt down properly. So now we got a run on at first, one out for Bobby Richardson. He's 0 for 2 today, grounded out and flew out. And that's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory. Pete Daley's got it for out number 2. That'll bring up Quebec, and Quebec get on and give Roger another shot here to break the record, folks. Tony's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped up. And that'll be a ground ball back to the mound. Burnside's up with it. He tosses it over to first. And that'll end the inning, and the Yankees leave 1 on. And we go to the top of the fifth. It's still 4-1 New York. You got Burnside, O'Connell, and Hinton due up here. Pete struck out his first time up. And that'll be another swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is the 5th strikeout by Daley today. Brings up O'Connell. He is 1 for 1. He's walked and he's doubled, folks. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That ball's hit down the third. Boyer throws across the diamond. Hey, Bernie. Hey, Beatles. Yeah, Bernie and Beatles, you have to go back and watch the first inning. Oh, Roger hit his 60th home run to tie the babe. Here comes Chuck Hinton. He's 1 for 2. Struck out, singled, and stole a base. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Lopez and right today. We're out number 3, and the Senators go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and here comes the man. We got Maris, Howard, and Scouring. After hitting a home run in the first to tie the babe, they walked him in the 3rd. Will Burnside's pitch to him this time. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you was broadcasting, Beatles. Sorry about that. I looked it up and didn't see anybody on either. Yeah. So now we got Roger up. Can he get number 61, folks, and break the record in front of this hometown crowd? And that's going to be a ground ball down the back to the pitcher. And Burnside throws that ball into the dirt, folks. So Rogers down at first, but no home run. Got a runner on at first for Mr. Howard. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error and scored and grounded out the 3rd. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Green's got it for out number 1. And that brings up the Moose. He homered in the first inning. He's 1 for 1. And he got hit by a pitch, and they had a little bit of a scuffle out there. Nobody got ejected or anything. See if Moose makes Burnside pay for hitting him. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Roger will stop at second there. So we got first and second and 1 out. A little bit of a payback for Moose. Here comes Hector Lopez up now. He's 1 for 2. He singled his last time up and drove in a run. Got Maris down at second. Base hit scoring. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be another base hit in the center field. Sorry, that's going to be in the left field. And that's going to score Roger. And Scouring with his speed, he'll stop at second. So now it's 5-1. Runner still in first and second for Bob Serve. And Bob's batting .288. He's 0 for 2 today, though. Grounded out and flew out. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. And who wants it? Danny Boy down at third's calling for it. He's out in the grass in left field. Makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Clint Boyer. He's walked both times up. No, he singled his last time. That's right. He singled and walked. See if Boyer can keep up with the perfect game here, folks. And no, that's going to be a fly ball out to Hinton and left. That'll end the inning, but the Yankees score 1 more and take a 4-run lead into the 6th. We got Johnson, Green, and Tasby due up. Yeah, I feel you, Michael. So let's see. Bob Johnson's 1 for 2. Struck out his last time against Daley. And he gets a hold of this one, though, off of Bud. And he drives that ball in the left field. That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone, folks. And all of a sudden, it's 5-2. Bob Johnson with his 5th home run of the year and 20th RBI. That brings up Mean Gene and Dancing Machine. He is 0 for 2, grounded out and popped up. Nobody on, nobody out. And that'll be a ground ball down the first. Scouring's got it for out number 1. That brings up Will Tasby. And he is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And all of a sudden, Bud Daly's struggling a little bit here in the 6th inning. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 6th. I'd like to see him at least go 6 or 7 innings. Here's Long up. He's 1 for 1. He singled and walked. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in left field. And that's going to score Tasby. And all of a sudden now it's a 5-3 ball game with a runner in scoring position and still only one out. Brings the tying run to the plate here. What happened there? It didn't take. That brings up Chuck Coulter now. Like I say, tying run to the plate. It's 5-3. Senators have scored 2 runs here in the 6th. Chuck's 0 for 2. He's reached on a fielder's choice and lined into that double play, folks. Heck of a hit, but right at Bobby Richardson. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a big out for Bud. That's his 6th strikeout of the day. Brings up his namesake, Pete Daly. Pete's 1 for 2. Crippled and drove in a run and flew out. And that's going to be a pop-up down the first. Scourin's got it, folks. And that'll end the inning. But the Senators scored 2 and make it 5-3 New York. We're going to let Daly stay in the game here. I'd like to see him go 7. He'll have a short leash, though. You got Richardson and Quebec due up here. Burnside's due to lead off the 7th, so this will be his last inning one way or the other. Yeah, I think the last time I checked, Mike, he was on pace for like 66 home runs. Hey, Ken, how's it going, bud? So we got Burnside to face Daly here. Daly's 0 for 2. He's failed twice on bunt attempts. Here's the pitch to Daly. And that's going to be a base on balls. Let's see if they can make him pay for walking Bud Daly. Almost there's right, Ken. Getting close. I get these eyes straightened out on Tuesday. It should be pedal to the metal after that. Wednesday and Thursday, you might see quite a few videos if everything goes right Tuesday with my right eye. I have both eyes done. The worst part now is my right eye not being done is I need my glasses for my right eye and don't need the glasses for my left eye, driving me crazy. Oh, you have a good one, Michael. Yeah, check it out later, bud. So now you got Bobby Richardson up. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out to the pitcher, flown out and popped up. And that's going to be another base on balls. And the Senators are going out to talk to Burnside. They might end up doing a double switch here. Let's see. Who they got on the bench I could catch? They got Green in the game. They could put Green at catcher and bring somebody in to play right field. And let's see here. That's exactly what they might do. They got mostly lefties on the bench, yeah. They got most of the righties in the lineup. Well, they got Harry Bright. That's what they're going to do. Harry Bright's going to come in the game to catch. He'll bat in the 9 hole. And that's going to be it for Burnside. And let's see who they're going to bring in here. You got the lefties coming up. And Quebec and Maris. See who they got here. Clyde Austin's going to come in, I believe. He'll come in and bat in the 8 hole. So where's Clyde at? Left-handed pitcher. There's Clyde. He'll bat in the 8 spot where Daly was. And then we'll go to the bench and bring on Bright. And Bright can come in and bat in the 9 spot. And do the catching. Alrighty. Now we got nobody out. Daly down at second. Richardson at first. Q back up. Clyde, this is his first appearance here for the Senators, folks. See what he does here. You got Q back up. He's 0 for 3. Can Tony open this lead up and give Bud some breathing room? Here's the pitch to Tony. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Clyde comes in and gets a big out here. Now he's got a decision to make, folks. Here is the man of the hour. Just hit his 60th home run to tie the Babe. Now you got first and second. Does he pitch around Maris and load the bases, or does he give him something to hit, folks? He's 1 for 2. He's homered, walked, and reached on an error. Here's the pitch to Roger. A 3-run homer would be nice to break the Babe's record. And nope, they decide not to pitch to him, folks. Pitch around him and load the bases up. Roger, is he ever going to see another decent pitch here today, folks? Sure. That makes the bases juice for Elston Howard. He's 0 for 3. He reached on an error also. He's grounded out and flew out the right. Here's the pitch to Howard. He could bust this game open. You got speed on the pads, folks. A double might clear the bases. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that's going to score. Daly and Richardson's going to tag up. So that makes it a 6-3 ball game. A little breathing room here for the Yankees again. So now we got first and third. 2 outs for Mr. Scowron, the Moose. He's homered, been hit by a pitch, singled, and drove into, folks. Can Scowron come through with a 2-out base hit? And no, that's going to be a ground ball. Back to the mound. Clyde's up with it, tosses it over to first, but the Yankees get one of the 2 runs back that they gave up in the top of the inning, and it's 6-3, and we go to the top of the 7th. Like I say, Bud Daly will have a short leash here. You got Bright, who came in on a double switch. O'Connell, Hinton due up here. Harry's first plate appearance of the game. He's batting .201 on the year. 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want. Like I say, it's a short leash here. You got Clever. And don't want to bring in Luis yet. So you're going to have Clever and Bob Turley pitching here. Well, no, they'll go with Clever and Downey, a righty and a lefty up in the bullpen. Here's the pitch to Danny O'Connell. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roger, playing center field today since Mick's not in the lineup for out number 1. And that brings up Mr. Chuck Hinton. Excuse me while I take a drink here. Chuck's 1 for 3 with a stolen base. Looking for a ground ball double play here. Here's the pitch to Chuck. And that ball is hit down the third. Can they go around the horn? Boyer over the Richardson. Over the first, but Hinton beats it out, folks. So you still got a runner down at first, but now with 2 outs for Bob Johnson. He's 2 for 3 with a home run today, folks. He did hit that home run in the last at bat. So Daly's got to be careful with him. He can make this a 1-run game. And that, he was careful, all right. He just walked him. So now you got the tying run up at the plate. And I think we're going to make a pitching change here. With the righty up, Tex is going to come in. Bud's coming out of the game. The face green. And here's the question now. And I think they're going to. I think they're going to go with Woodland. Old Gene Woodland's going to come off the bench and pitch hit for the other, Gene Green. So, a lot of movement here. Yankees, like I say, he's going to go with Tex. And then the centers are going to pitch hit for Mean Gene, the dancing machine. Could have done a double switch there. That's all right. We're not going to do that. We just want Tex to get through this inning. And where's Gene Woodland at? There's Gene. So Gene comes off the bench here to face Tex. Texas is his 24th game. He's got a 5.35 ERA. His record's 3-3. Gene's batting .267 on the year, 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. Can Tex get this out here and hold these Senators to no runs this inning, folks? And that's going to be another base on balls. Geez, you Pete's. Bases are loaded. Not what you want. Walks, walks, and more walks. Bases juiced for Will Tasby. And again, now we got to make a decision with Tasby. Do we let Tasby bat or do we bring in Marty? And I think we're going to go with the lefty here. So Marty's going to come in and pitch hit for Tasby. Now the bases are loaded for Tex. Not what you want. Marty's batting .277 on the year, 12 home runs, 42 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice job by Tex. Gets out of the bases juiced. Sure. And the Senators leave 3 on, folks. We get to the 7th inning stretch. You got Lopez, serve, and Boyer due up here in the bottom of the 7th. And Lopez is 2 for 3 today, folks, having a heck of a game. Now we got to put in these right fielder and center fielder here for the Senators. And we'll put Marty in at center. And we'll put Gene in at right. All righty, folks. And here's the pitch to Lopez. Nobody on, nobody out here in the 7th. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd for out number 1. That's a swing and a miss. He's got the X factor. So old Lopez goes down swinging. That'll bring up Bob's serve. And Bob is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnson at short. That'll be 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Mr. Boyer. Bob's having a good game here. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Clyde comes in and does his job. We go to the top of the 8th. We got Long, Coulter, and Daley. Daley ain't in the game. It'll be Oston. So we'll have a pitch hitter for Clyde. So Long, Coulter, and the pitcher due up. Texas due to lead off the bottom of the 8th. So they're hoping Tex can make it through this inning. Long's 2 for 2 today with a walk. Here's the pitch from Tex. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Now it's going to be a base on balls with that W. There we go. Tex walks the leadoff batter. Here comes Chuck up now. He's 0 for 3. Fielder's choice, a line out double play and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Boyer's up with it. He's going to fire over the first. Long will get down the second. And that'll be out number 2. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Clyde. See who's going to come off the bench here. And I think it's going to be Mr. King. The King's coming off the bench. Hey, 007. So Jim King comes off the bench, folks, hitting 272, 12 home runs, 41 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Tex. And that's going to be a pop up in the infield, I believe, a line drive, rather. Another well hit ball right down the second. Bobby goes over, tries to get the double play, but Long gets back. So now there's 2 outs with a runner down at second. Tex didn't fool King on that one. Bobby just had him played perfect. Harry walked his first time up after coming in the game on a double switch. Here's the pitch to Bright. And he's going to walk again, folks. That brings the tying run to the plate. And here comes Danny O'Connell. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Danny's 1 for 3 with a walk. Here's the pitch to Danny boy. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Tex is going to throw over to first, and that'll end the 8th, folks. When we go to the bottom of the 8th, it is 6-3 New York. We'll have a pitch hitter for Tex. In the top of the order, and Richardson and Quebec. And Luis will be coming in the game. Try to nail down the top of the 9th. And let's see who's going to come in here and pitch for the Senators. You got a pitch hitter, then a righty, and then 2 lefties. So let's see here. I don't think they got any more lefties in the bullpen. Nope, they don't have any more lefties in the bullpen. So who are they going to bring out here? And I think they're going to bring out old Roy. Roy Hesser is going to come out here and pitch, folks. And he'll be facing, like I say, a pitch hitter. And then the top of the order. And I don't want him in that spot. I want him in the freaking wrong spot. Trying again. He's batting in the 8th spot, not the 9th spot. I always forget that when I do a double switch. Sorry about that. Alrighty. So he's going to pitch hit here for Mr. Tex. Now I think we're going to bring out Mr. Yogi Bear is going to come out here and pitch hit. So here comes Yogi. Try to get on here and get this 8th inning started. Yankees up by 3. Okay, Yogi's batting 310 on the year, folks. 25 home runs, 69 RBIs. And that ball is blasted in the right field, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Yogi Bear with a pitch hit home run, folks, gives the Yankees a 7-1 lead here. How about that, Mr. Clutch himself, Casey's boy? Comes through with a home run to lead off this 8th inning and makes it a 4-run game. And we may even set Luis down now. Might not even go with Luis. We'll see here. Now we got the top of the order and Bobby Richardson. He's 0 for 3. Can Bobby get on here? And yes, he can. And Roy's not the man for this game, it looks like. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. And now Bobby Richardson's aboard here with nobody out in the 8th rather. Here comes Quebec. He's 0 for 4. He's grounded out twice, struck out and popped up. Here's the pitch to Tony. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he's going to fire over the first. And that'll get Bobby down the second. And that brings up Roger. And the crowd, mixture of cheers and boos. He's going for the record, folks. He's 1 for 2. He's walked twice, homered, and reached on an error. Can he break the record here today? Here's the pitch. And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That'll get the runner over to third. But now there's 2 outs. Richardson down at third for Mr. Helston Howard. Can he drive in a run and score another one here? He's 0 for 3. He's reached on an error, had to sacrifice flies last time up. Here's the pitch to Howard. And that might not do it. Yeah, that'll do. That ball is hit down the short. And Johnson's up with it, fires over to first. And that'll end the inning, folks. But the Yankees score 1, make it a 7-3 ball game. And like I say, I don't think Luis is going to come out right away. You got Hinton, Johnson, and Woodland due up. 2 righties and then a lefty. I think Bob's going to come out of the bullpen here. Bob Turley's going to come out of the pen. Give him a chance here. Luis will be warming up. They won't mess around. That's for sure. So Bob comes out here with the 4-run lead now. There's Bob. See what he can do here. Like I say, he's got 2 righties and then a lefty. The face here in the bottom of the top of the 9th, Hinton, Johnson, and Woodland. If it gets to Woodland, the lefty, Luis will probably come in the game if somebody's on. As long as the bases are empty when they get to the lefty, they'll give Bob a chance to close this out. Chuck's 1 for 4 today, folks. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 big out here in the 9th. Brings up Rocky Johnson. Bob is 2 for 3, having a heck of a game with a home run. Here's the pitch to Bob. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And that is going to be it for Bob. With a runner on and the lefty coming up, Luis is going to come into the game, folks. Yankees ain't messing around. So Luis will come in, try to get a save here. So you got a runner down at first, and Johnson. Gene Woodland's up. He walked his first time up after being put in the game here, folks. Luis comes in looking for his 36th save. This is his 50th appearance. He's got a 2.10 ERA, and he's 3-4, folks. Here's the pitch to Luis. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Over to Luis. That'll get the runner down the second. So 2 outs. Johnson's in scoring position. And that'll bring up Marty Koo. Marty came in the game, folks. He struck out his first time up, if you remember, against Tex with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch from Luis. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Boyer's up with it. He fires across the diamond, and that ends it. And the Yankees win 7-3 here, folks, and bounce back from losing game number 1. And we had history in the making. Roger Maris, home run in the bottom of the first to tie the babe. Let's take a look here at this box score, folks. Rogers got to be player of the game. Record tying home run. So the Senators, 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. They had their chances, out hit the Yankees. Yankees 7 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Bob Johnson, like I say, old Rocky goes 3 for 4, folks, with that home run. You had Dale Long went 2 for 2 and walked twice. So, but here's where the Senators went wrong. Only 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Left 11 men on base. Like I say, Roger 1 for 3, walked once. Like I say, sure, scored all 3 times he was up, though, folks. Ain't that something? And the big 60th home run. Yankees 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They left 9 men on. Pete Burnside, he goes to 2-11. His record drops to 2-11. He goes 5 innings, gives up 6 hits, 6 runs, only 3 of them earned, folks. Walked 4 and gave up 2 home runs in the first inning, 1 to Roger and 1 to Moose. Clyde comes in, pitches 2 great innings, walks 1, strikes out 3. Hefner comes in, gives up the leadoff homer to Yogi. 2 hits, 1 run. Bud Daly, he picks up his 7th win. He goes to 7-3. Pitches 6 2/3 innings, gives up 8 hits, 3 runs, walked 5, struck out 6, and gave up the home run. Tex comes in, pitches an inning and a third, walked 3, struck out 1. Bob comes in, pitches a third of an inning, gives up a hit and a strikeout. And Luis comes in 2/3 of an inning and gets the job done, folks. So now we'll have to see what the American League does with Roger the rest of this year, folks. I'm sure he'll get that 61st home run, but how long before they pitch to him? Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got the Tigers and Orioles playing a doubleheader in Baltimore. Both of them fighting for second place, trying to catch up with the Yanks. See what happens here in Baltimore. Yankees are hoping for a split. That'll probably be the best thing that could happen. The Orioles win the first game 2-1. Tigers 1 run on 6 hits and no errors. The Orioles 2 runs on 9 hits and 3 runs. The player of the game's Fisher, and he didn't even get the win, folks. Old Stock got the win. That's kind of crazy. See when they scored that. Bottom of the 13th. Sure. Orioles tied it up in the 7th and then won it in the 13th. Let's see what happens here in game number 2 in Baltimore. And the Tigers come back and get the split and shut out the Orioles. The Tigers 2 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Orioles no runs on 6 hits and an error. So that couldn't go much better if you're a Yankee fan, with both of them being in real close to second split. And Indians take on the Red Sox in Boston. Let's see what happens up in Beantown. And the Indians go into Boston and win 6 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Red Sox 3 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Now you got the Angels traveling to Kansas City for a doubleheader, folks. Let's see what happens in game number 1 out here in Kansas City. And the A's win the game. The Angels 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. The A's 5 runs on 9 hits and no errors. Can the A's sweep this doubleheader, folks? No, the Angels come back. Let's see what the Stars for. Probably the 4 errors. Yep. Angels 7 runs on 13 hits and 4 errors. The A's 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. And then we got the White Sox traveling up to Minnesota for a doubleheader. See what happens here in the Twin City. And the Twins shut out the White Sox. The White Sox no runs on 6 hits and an error. The Twins 2 runs on 8 hits and no errors. See if White Sox can bounce back here in game number 2. At least score some runs. And they sure do. They pound the Twins. What a slugfest this was. White Sox 13 runs on 15 hits and an error. The Twins 8 runs on 12 hits and an error. What a difference a game makes in Minnesota, folks. Let's take a look at the standings and the leaderboard here, folks. The Yankees got 11.5 game lead over the Tigers. The Orioles are 12 games back. The Twins and White Sox are 19 games back. And then everybody else is officially eliminated. The Angels are 32.5 games back. The Red Sox are 36.5 games back. Indians 39. The Senators 48.5. And the poor A's are 52 games back. Elston Howard still leading the league with a 342 batting average. Norm Cash right behind him now. And there you go, Roger Maris with his record tying 60 home runs, leading the American League and Major League Baseball. Gentile, though, with 54 is right there with him. Gentile may get 60 on the year, folks. Mickey Mantle with 133 RBIs. Gentile with 130. Cash, Skowron, Maris, Colavito, Al Smith, Killebrew, all got 100 or more RBIs on the year. Let's see who all has 40 home runs. Got Mantle with 45, Killebrew with 43, Colavito with 41, and Cash with 40. Bill Stafford's leading the major leagues and American League with a 2.08 ERA, folks. And you got Bunning, Ford, and Stafford, all with 20 wins. Weiss with 35 saves on the year. I'm sure Roger, with that record tying home run, increased his MVP votes over Mick. He sure did. And you got Stafford right now leading the Cy Young votes, folks. See what the next game on the channel is going to be here. I think it's the Braves and Cubbies. I believe. Yeah, the Braves and the Cubbies. I want to thank Philip Reynolds, 007, Michael, Ken Castro, Bernie, Strom, Sports Replays, Beatles Eternally, Hunter, Legend Sports Universe. I believe that was everybody. Beatles, are you going to finish up your video now? We'll go over and watch Beatles. He's going to do a video. Okay, Bernie's getting ready to do one. Sounds good. We'll head over there. All right, guys, head over to Bernie Strong's Sports Replay, folks. We'll watch Bernie in his 1914 project. Until then, you'll have a great day and take care.